What's going on, beautiful people? Hope y'all doing excellent today. I am Carrington Brown, your relationship expert, and on today's episode of The Couch, we're going to be discussing a question that somebody sent your boy via email. So let's get into it. The question that says this. My husband had an affair 7 years ago. We had been married for 27 years, and we're getting ready to send our first daughter to college at the time. I discovered from the other woman that they had been having an affair for 16 years. I felt hurt, deceived, disrespected, and betrayed again. I made the decision to continue in the marriage and sought counseling both with and without my husband. While we were in counseling, he was telling this other woman what we were talking about. He said she was lying, and I feel disgusted. She told me everything we talked about in therapy. I know she was telling the truth. At this point, I'm at a loss of what to do. She wasn't the only one, and in 2020, I discovered him communicating with another woman. Please help. So first things first, thank you so much for sending in this email. It's a tough and sad situation. I'm sad that you had to experience it. So here's the thing. When it comes down to it, I'm not an advocate of divorce. Ever. But what I do understand is that there are certain situations from a natural perspective plus a biblical perspective that allows us the freedom to actually pursue divorce when necessary. And from a biblical perspective, the two reasons that are applicable, I guess, for you to experience or pursue a divorce is death and adultery. And so you're in a situation where your husband was committing adultery for 16 years. And then once he got caught, went to counseling and was still doing it. And then now in 2020, a couple of years ago, he was still doing it. So the challenge is that he's been showing you, here's the challenge right here. The challenge is people don't just randomly get like this, right? The situation is probably a matter of there were red flags in the beginning that you chose to run past and say yes to him, knowing that these red flags were present. And so now the situation you're in, you have to ask yourself, based on my family dynamic, the desire for marriage that I want, glorifying God in my marriage, and just being obedient to him, what is the best decision that I can make in this season, in this moment, to position me in a more healthy, peaceful, loving, accepting, celebrated position. And I don't want to make that decision for you, but what I would advise is if you guys already went to counseling and you've already had conversations and you've done everything that you can do and he's still not getting right, then believe his actions. I believe that actions are credentials. And so his credentials are saying that he's a cheater and he's inconsistent and he's uncommitted and all of these things. And so if that's what his actions are telling you, then that's what's true, which means that you need to make a decision. Let me say it like this. I would advise you let it go, right? Because he is really not to let go, right? You're forcing yourself to stay in this relationship, this marriage, way longer than you have had to. And also, I read your email wrong. You said you're about to send your last daughter to college at this time. And so because you have mature children, I don't know how many other children you have, but I would sit them down, have a conversation with them and let them know, hey, this is the current situation. And because of all of not go into detail about the situation, but let them know, hey, I want to give you guys a heads up that, your father and I are going to be getting a divorce, separating from this relationship, and going on about our business. And don't go into detail about the reason why, but do that and open yourself up for the opportunity to experience the type of love and relationship that you actually desire to experience. But also, you got to understand that with being married for 27 years, I'm not sure how old you are now, but with being married 27 years, getting a divorce is going to open the door for new challenges and endeavors and possibilities and experiences, and even hurdles that you have to jump over. And so before you make that decision to divorce, if that's what you end up choosing to do, make sure that you consult with yourself, you consult with God, you consult with additional wise counsel. But then along with that, make sure that you're prepared mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially for the transition out of this relationship. All right. So That's my advice. Sis. I hope you take it and it serves you. If you know of anybody that's in a situation like this, share this and let them hear this conversation. Before I get up out of here, thank you so much once again for tuning into this video. If you don't already, follow me at TheCarringtonBrown on all social media platforms. If you haven't already scheduled a free call with your boy, click the link tree in the bio. Well, not the link tree. Click the link in the description box below. Schedule a free call and let's talk about it, right? Whatever the situation is, whatever the scenario is, whatever the mission, goal, dream, desire, vision it is that you're in pursuit of, click the link in my bio in the description box below, and let's go ahead and get you a plan in place to actually get you from where you are right now to where you desire to be. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out.